at it, this is a demonstration of what Robson Valley Karate is about. We do a normal practice session lasts about an hour. We start off with a quick warm-up of about 5 to 10 minutes. Then we do basic body movements, teaching how to move the body. We also do a thing called kata, which are forms. Kata teaches you how to make the techniques. And then we move from that into kumite, which is how to fight. Okay? And each different levels, it's a progression. You don't just jump in at white, yellow belt level and start fighting, because there's no technique involved. So we have a method they've devised over many, many centuries of development. We go slowly building up from 3-step sparring to semi-free to freestyle at brown and black belt. So it's a progression. It's not, so this way there's control and people don't get hurt. We just take a couple of people off the street and say, okay, start fighting, somebody's gonna get a black belt. Okay? We don't want that, because people that have broken arms and black eyes don't pay dues. So you lose out. So this is the idea. So we're going to do a mini class and show you the progression of what karate is all about. Our system of karate is called Shotokan. Shotokan is the original form actually sent to Japan in 1922. So it's really new to the Japanese. And karate is developed about 2,500 years ago out of China, Korea, and Okinawa, and slowly progressed from there. About 600 years ago, went to the islands of Okinawa, and with their indigenous arts, it became tote, mysterious hand. And they developed it from there. A man named Funagoshi was a teacher, so he started writing this stuff down. And he actually introduced it to Japan in 1922. And his pen name was Shoto. He did calligraphy. So they used to go to his house, the kan. So they trained at Shoto's kan, Shotokan's house. In other words, the house of Shoto. And this is where the name came from. So this is the style, and it's basically, there's 2 basic body styles in karate. Shorin, Shurei. Shorin is very quick, light people jumping all over the place. Shurei is big, heavy people like me, get down and dirty, stay on the ground and punch. Okay? There's these 2 basic styles, and Shotokan is a combination of 2 of them. Okay, so we'll just start the class off just as if we were normal. Okay? So we start off facing Shorin, which is the front, and this is basically where we have pictures of our senior instructors. Most of them are dead. Okay, and we basically, it's a matter of respect towards your seniors. Okay, so we start off from this position. Okay, is up. So,
soやめ正面にね先生にえい
Okay, spread out. So first of all, we start off the class, we give ourselves some room, and the senior students give the quick warm-up. Okay, so very, very quickly. Normally the warm-up would take about 10 minutes. We're going to do a quick 1-minute one. you'll notice in this class, there's a big variation in age group and a big variation, we have not a big variation, only two, male and female. Okay. This type of karate can be taught, you can start off at any age. Okay. Your expectations are different, but it's just plain good muscle toning. And you're learning how to protect yourself. Okay, we just finished an hour's class, so we're just going to do that same class in about 5 minutes. Okay, so you're going to see them doing in the next couple of minutes is what they just finished doing for an hour. So it can get very, very strong exercise, heavy breathing, lots of sweat. Okay, stepping forward with your left leg, downward blow. Okay, make your fighting posture. Okay, Kazamazuki Jodan, 1. Yakuzuki Judan, 2. Kazamazuki Jodan, 3. Okay, Oizuki Judan, 4. Okay, step back your downward arm, make your fighting posture. Okay, got it? Okay, 1 count, all movements, nice and easy. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, change feet. Same thing. Make your fighting posture nice and easy. 1. All the way through. Down. 2. 3. 4. Okay, change feet. The idea from here is to teach the student how to adjust their body. So in order for us to move, we must at first use hip rotation. So the action from here is open the hip, close the hip. Open the hip, close the hip. This is how a human being moves. If they don't use their hips, body is out of form. So you must use the hip each time. Open, close each time. Okay, hands to your side. Okay, my here. So starting off with your front leg. 1. Rear leg. 2. Front leg. 3. Rear leg. Step forward. Step back your number arm. Get your fighting posture. Okay, understand? Okay. 1 count. All techniques. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. 8. All the way through. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. And back. Again, they must use their lower body. From the stance, they must generate power from the center of their body. So by rotating the hips open, we apply pressure to the back leg. This makes the front leg come free to kick with. As we go this way, we rotate the body back. This centers us on our partner, then the back leg can kick. So but hip rotation is more important than just the kicking action. This is how you make power, actual body motion of the hips. Okay, stand up, bow. Okay, everybody back with white belts. Okay, we have a ranking system. We use colors of belt. It's actually called the Q. We start off at 8th Q, which is white belt, and we progress up to 1st Q, which is senior brown belt. Then we go to Dan level, which is black belt. There's 10 levels of black belt. You have to be 10th Dan in the JKA. First requirement is age. You must be 70. Okay? That's the first requirement. And you must be a 9th Dan for a minimum of 10 years. And you also have to have produced a textbook on karate and introduced a new technique. So it's not a very simple matter. There are 2 ninth dans in the world today. There are no 10th dans. Okay? Okay, what we're doing here now is forms or kata. This teaches the student how to move his body, maintain his balance, find distance to a target, and make a technique. So it's very, very difficult. In ancient times, they didn't do fighting as we do now. You didn't have contests. In ancient times, it was for real. This was basically the peasant class against the samurai. The samurai had weapons, they weren't allowed to have them. So when the guy came and tried to cut you in half with a sword, you either defended yourself or died. So in order to practice, they used to use kata over and over and over again. Some people used to take one kata and practice for 10 years before they felt that they were comfortable with it. Okay? We have basically 26 kata that we teach in Shotokan. 15 of those kata are dedicated Shotokan kata. They were given by Sensei Kunagoshi to us, and they're our katas. The other ones are coming from the 2 different styles. And one is a hard style and one is a soft style. We use them to adjust our bodies. So the first forms that we do are heian forms, and heian means peaceful mind. And there's 5 heian forms, take them all the way from white belt all the way up to purple belt level. Okay, so feet together, bow. Okay, kata name, heian shodan, meaning peaceful mind number 1. Okay, your ready posture. Begin. And feet together, go out, and then ready position, then relax. Okay, so this kata, you'll notice, they started with a defensive action, and it was to the left. All kata in all martial arts for 5,000 years has started this way. This is yin and yang. This is a human concept. Masculine, feminine, defense, offense. Defense is to the left. This is yin. Okay? So all kata start with a defensive action to the left. This shows that you are not the aggressor. You are first defending yourself. Nice thing about karate, immediately after you defend yourself, you do whatever you want with them. Okay? Judo, the gentle way in that, person attacks, you throw them, and you wait. Karate, we don't wait. Okay? Once you're under attack, you defend yourself, then you take over. Okay? This is a big difference between karate and judo type concepts. Okay, so bow and step back. Okay, yellow belt. Body using front stance, in other words, moving towards your partner quickly. This kata is developed, we use a back stance. Back stance is to move towards your partner and maintain your distance. Okay? So if your partner quickly adjusts, you're moving towards them, you can adjust your distance very quickly to defend yourself. Okay, so feet together, bow, kata name, heian nidan, your. Okay. Heian is peaceful mind, nidan is number 2. Okay, ready? Begin. And feet together, and bow. Okay, one point there, at the end of each kata, you notice that everybody steps backwards. This is an important concept in fighting. This is called zanshin, perfect finish. When you're fighting somebody, remember this is a martial art, so therefore your life is on the line. It's not like 2 kids fighting in the parking lot. This is for real. Somebody's attacking you, attacking your family, your life is on the line. You have to destroy them. So in the last move in this particular kata, after they've made their blocking technique from here, you step back away from your partner, watching. Okay? Stepping away. This is to protect yourself. You don't turn your back on anybody. Okay? So this is perfect finish. Okay? Okay, feet together, bow, and step back. Okay, after we go through the hand katas, we go into level. Now they must, we take power out, drive the power out. Taiki is how to bring the power in. Okay? So we have three methods of making power in human beings. Okay? One method is to adjust our body. We can move our body from here and make power. Okay? Another is to use hip rotation. And the third method is vibration. This view. Okay? Taiki is vibration, how to make power. So you take energy from outside and bring it to center, and it vibrates the body, and you create energy. So the line that you move is basically a straight line to the side. Okay, Michelle. Okay. So I'm going to turn face this way. Okay. So this is the first one of the Taiki forms is a Taiki Shodan. Okay. Taiki means iron horse. The stat comes from the stance. It's like being on a big fat horse in the stirrups. Okay. Okay. Go ahead.
Taiki Shodan.
Directly to the side and is trying to make power. So one of the punches she's using from here is a punch coming directly to the face. As the punch comes, you adjust your distance and its posture, and you block. Now your partner's right here. So how do you make power? You can't move towards him. So from this vibration, okay, and down he goes. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. Great. So let me move from the next program up. At ground level now, they can pick their own individual forms. And we have a number of them that we give them basically 4. But again, we get back to Shorin and Shorei, their body style, their type of kata. So one of the first ones we give them is a form called Basai Dai, breaking into the fortress. Okay, this comes from northern China. This feeling from this kata is very, very quick body movement. Okay, this is for a smaller, lighter person. Okay. Mina.
Hi, Sensei.
Hey, facing that way. Okay. Anytime.
Basadar. And good. Okay. So this is very quick body action, how to move, change direction, okay? Fighting multiple opponents. You see a lot of techniques inside. These katas were never written down. So the beautiful thing about them is as you progress through them, you can adjust them for your own mind. Not allowed to take the technique and change it because these were a gift. But this action from here, as you turn block, this action here could maybe create an opening or maybe break the arm. This is in your mind. So you progress. The more you know about fighting, the more concepts you can come up with. The kata teaches you how to fight. Right? And it teaches you how to move your body very, very quickly. Another form that we use that's very on the opposite side of Basai Dai is a form called Jion. Right? What's these? Now I got to get personal. Jion is for big, strong people. It's strong people. Okay? Jion is the way I fight. Okay? Everybody has to pick their own way. This is using blocking techniques to destroy your partner. So the blocks are the attacks. Okay? Very powerful kata. Very down in the ground type form. This comes from the Shaolin form. Okay? Okay?
Push. Jump.
And, okay, thank you. And you can see this is down, right down into the ground fight, okay, taking your partner. You use the technique from here as the partner comes in, come under the arm. Okay? Basically dislocate the arm and then attack space with the other hand. So blocking techniques now become fighting techniques. You can defend and attack at the same time. Okay, so those are the two basic styles. Okay? Now we have another form. We get to go from here a little bit more senior, okay? A little quicker, excuse me. Empty. This is called empty is the flight of the swallow. Okay? He's a delicate flower. So he's going to go leaping through the air. The feeling in here is to go down, then come back up to your partner. Okay? You draw your partner in very, very quickly. Okay, go ahead.
Empty.
Okay, Annie. And good. Okay. So empty is another form, a very light technique form. It teaches your body how to go, not just fight in a straight line, but also to adjust vertically, up and down. Okay? Somebody attacks you in that, maybe you can't block. Big person kicking, lean away. Okay? Lean away, control it. This is simple forms like this, but you practice it, it becomes a natural form. Okay? Then we go into the more senior concepts of kata, and these are when we get up into the black belt levels and become more confident, and your own body style must come into play. We stay with this concept called sho. Sho is a concept of tradition. In other words, what our teachers give us, we give our students. This is tradition, the basic body movement. After sho, which is about Nidan, Sandan level, second or third degree black belt level, we go into a concept called ha. Ha is when they must learn their own body. So they now study the techniques with their own body style in mind. Okay? And the last concept is ra, which is to go transcend your sensei. In other words, become better than your teacher. And very few people do that. These are the masters. And there's maybe a dozen in the world. They transcend and they develop it even further. Okay, Brian. This concept, Kanku Sho. This Kanku is viewing the sky, Sho the lesser. Okay? Very, very quick action and some nice, quick, fast techniques. Okay. Sho!
Tsunami. Okay. There's a kata that comes from Okinawa called chinte. Okay. Chinte is called the lady's kata. And everybody thinks, wow, that must be nice and soft. It is called the lady's kata because it is the most vicious of all the katas. Okay? This idea here is to take the eyes, to take the groin and tear it. So literally to take the eyes up. Okay? So Tsunami's very small, 23 years old. Okay? Okay? So for somebody my size attacks her, she can't give an inch. She must use everything that she has. So if she has to blind me to survive, that's her business. Okay? Okay. Chinte.
Chinte!
And good. Okay, thank you. Great, so we've done a basic class. Last within an hour's time period. Some classes at this level, we would put probably 40 minutes of that type of exercise. So it's very, very difficult. Then we teach kata. And the forms get more and more complex as they go up in rank. Okay. But then we do kumite. Kumite is fighting. Okay. But we don't just throw everybody into the ring and say, okay, winner takes all. You must learn how to fight. And there's a lot in fight. It's how to open and close the door. Okay? You want somebody to attack. You want to stop somebody from attacking. You create the moment. The idea is to get to a certain level where you completely control the person and you know what he's going to do before he does. This is where you want to go. In order to do this, you must start off at the very beginning. Okay, my volunteers, yellow belt. Okay, your partner. Okay, so you two move over here. And let's move down this way. So we start off telling these guys, okay, you're going to learn how to fight. What's the first thing you have to learn about fighting? Okay, this is a concept called mai, distance. How far away should you be, or how close should you be? So this is what this type of training teaches. Okay? If you're too close, your partner can hit you. If you're too far away, you can't hit him. Okay? If you pick up your right distance, if he attacks, you can escape or you can catch him. Okay? This is the distance, okay? So face each other, bow. Okay, far side, downward blow. Okay, so they gotta watch your distance. If they're too close, they can't hit this guy. If I'm gonna hit him, I get too close. If I'm too far away, can't reach him. So you must pick a distance where you find. And we use a concept called sando, 3 centimeters. So when we fight, we basically, all we use protectors to stop cuts. Okay, that's all it's for. If you actually hit the person, he's going down. Okay? You must go full speed and power. You must be on a killing target, but you must arrest the technique within 3 centimeters from the target. Now, when you're doing this with 2 black belts that are moving at full speed, it becomes very hairy. Okay, so you've got to really, really understand what's going on. This is why we slowly build up. Okay, first target will be face up. Jodan. All louder, they're listening. Okay, that lets everybody know what's happening. They're going to step in, punch face. 1, 2, 3. Counter attack on 3. Okay, other side, downward block. Okay, set your distance. Okay, Jodan. 1, 2, 3. Okay, downward block.
Shoot at. Stomach level.
Shotokan.
1, 2, 3. Hey, other way. Shoot at. 1, 2, 3. Okay, down there, up. Face each other, and up. Okay, and now that's a very simple thing, but very difficult to maintain that distance. Okay, so this is starting point. You start this, when they feel really, really comfortable with this, then we go to the next level. Okay, so thank you. Okay, do brown number. Okay. First of all, we're going to go in what would be a color belt level, senior color belt, basically green belt level. Now, we do exactly what those guys were doing, but now it's just one step. You get one check. So, one punch face, one punch stomach, one front kick. Okay? One step spark. Okay, you start. Okay. Normally they wouldn't be wearing their gloves and mouth guards at this level yet. Okay, go ahead. Now they're learning to adjust their body not just straight back, but to the side, finding your partner's opening. Okay, other side. Okay, okay. Then we progress from there at brown belt level, we go to the next step, which is free form. But they know where the attack is going. This is one step, so semi-free form. So they get to move around, they get to find the opening, create an opening, then attack. But they know where they're going to attack. So we're going to attack face level, stomach level, front kick, then side thrust kick. Okay, Selena begin. So you move freely around. And now they got to understand how to pick up their distance, how to create an opening. Okay? Make their partner make a mistake. Okay? Okay, other way. Okay, okay, thank you. Okay. The next form we go from here, now, okay, now they understand their distance, they understand their technique, they can move freely around, they're not hurting each other. Okay, then we go into free form. Okay, Spice and Brown. Okay. Now they can do anything they want. They can attack when they want, they can do what they want with their opponent. Okay? At tournament level, the idea in free form is to get a point. In the street, it's to save your life. So there's a difference. Tournament practice, we do more speed, okay? Quicker techniques, try to get a point. Street time, you slow it down again, but you must have more penetration, okay? Killing match. Okay? So a little bit tournament time, no killing. Okay? Okay, so keep it nice and light. You don't want any injuries. Okay, bow. Face. Hajime. So anyone can attack. Anyone can do whatever they want. This is. You're not going to fall for it this time. They already know how to stand, show some technique.
Keep going.
Hey, MA, okay? Heads face each other, bow. Okay. So, speed is everything. The first guy in wins. Okay? You hit a person hard enough to finish the fight. But there's another concept that we deal with in fighting. You get to be a certain age, and you can't do that. Okay? Yeah, Brian's 19 years old. He can leap around. He's got another 20 years of leaping around to let go. Okay? What happens when you get older? Well, karate has inside it a whole bunch of secrets. And so we move up to another level, and that level is called self-defense. Okay? John. Brian. Okay. So, Brian is probably going to be out at his age, hanging around in places probably where he shouldn't be, and he may get into fights. But Tsunami doesn't do that. Okay? He did that years and years ago. But there's still people around you got to be careful about. So, but there's some self-defense applications, how to control your partner. Okay? So let's do it this way so that everybody can see. Oh, and an angle class. Okay. First of all, they'll show you what Brian's going to do. Okay? Then they'll show you, then they'll come in and he'll do it for real, and Tsunami will react. Okay? So just show them what you're going to do. You can hurt him, it's okay. Want to see that one again? Okay, that's good enough. Okay, take it down. Okay. We started the class with a bow, we end it with a bow. Okay? This is just a matter of respect. In the Orient, bowing is the same as in North America and Europe as shaking hands. It's exactly the same idea. We shake hands in Europe and in Canada, and the United States, with our right hand. Why? Because that is the sword hand. That's where it comes from. Okay? The Orients have a different idea. They bow. Why? Because it creates the most vulnerable part of your head you're giving to your partner. So you're giving the sword hand, or you're giving the most vulnerable part of your body to your partner. He hits you on the top of the head to kill you. Okay? You give your sword hand, you're defenseless. So that even though two completely different cultures, same idea of respect. So this is an Oriental art, we use bowing to show this concept. Okay? Okay.
Stay up. So. So repeat dojo kun. Seek perfection character.
Seek perfection character.
Be faithful.
Be faithful.
Endeavor.
Endeavor.
Respect others.
Respect others.
refrain from violent behavior.
Refrain from violent behavior.
以上、署名です。先生に礼。
Okay, any questions? Oh, good looking people first. Okay.